We are now recording.
Are we live? Nope,
Yeah,
we're
we are
not live
live.
again. That was
We're
my
live.
mistake.
Yeah, okay,
We
shut
are
up.
live? All right. Yep,
You can do the
that's
intro.
all good. Okay. Yeah, hey guys, and welcome back to the second edition of Woo Back Wednesday. I'm your host, Henry, and alongside me is my co host, Gabriel.
Hello.
And we're excited to bring you another great episode.
Yeah. The first episode, um, we have to admit, we kind of lied to you. The first episode, we
Yeah.
said there wasn't a Kenobi
Ooh.
trailer, and then the day we uploaded it, which was Wednesday, which was last
There it
Wednesday,
was. There it
right?
was.
I remember texting Henry right as the premiere notification came up on my phone that the Kenobi trailer dropped at around 1 o'clock
Yeah.
that day. So that was kind of stupid.
It
Um,
was a very coincidental,
that
because
was
I was
very, very
complaining
cool.
about how we hadn't gotten any footage whatsoever.
We both
But yeah,
were.
we got to see our first little taste of Kenobi. Yeah, we both were
Yeah, yeah,
skeptical
yeah.
about the whole thing, but
So
Lucasfilm delivered. They
Lucasfilm
delivered.
delivered, Star Wars delivered. Okay, so what do you want to talk about first?
Well, actually, I say let's just talk about the Kenobi trailer for a second.
All right.
What did you think?
The Kenobi trailer. Huh.
Yeah. 1 minute and 46 seconds of Kenobi footage.
What a
1 minute
kind of
and 46 seconds.
I gotta say, the music is back. That proves that, that they know why the fans are there, which is really, really good. The music is incredible. Hearing Duel of the Fates
Hmm.
is sort of a
Oh
whole
man,
it gives it
that brings back so many memories,
oh my
goosebumps, man.
goodness gracious. That's pretty much all I have to say about the trailer. There isn't really much in this trailer.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, well, yeah, spoiling a trailer.
yeah.
Um,
There's not that much. I mean, and I'm kind of glad there is, because there's been a whole thing with trailers revealing a little bit too much. I'd like to think of this as more of like a teaser trailer, and then we'll get a extended trailer in a few weeks or a month. But I feel
hopefully,
like for what we got, it seemed intriguing.
yeah, very, very
Intriguing enough to
interesting.
keep me interested. Yeah,
We're both
yeah.
gonna keep
They did
our
a good
ears.
job of, yeah,
We're both gonna keep our ears to the
to the
ground on
ears to
this.
the Lucasfilm.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ears to the
yeah. Make sure we
Lucasfilm.
stay updated.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
gonna go to Lucasfilm and keep our ears there.
We're gonna keep our ears open. We're gonna give them our ears, bro.
Yes,
so
we're gonna
basically,
we're gonna
so ba-
give them our ears.
so basically, there isn't a lot to say about it because they didn't show us a lot, which is good
Yeah,
and bad. Um, they showed us
yeah. I
Kenobi.
mean, I don't think of it as a negative, honestly. Of course, it shows Kenobi. It's a
Oh
good
yeah,
Kenobi trailer, man.
they
Keep
show
up,
us. They
keep
show
up.
us. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta get up there, bro.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah.
At this point, they showed us, Kenobi. Ewan McGregor is back. Now we actually see him with the beard, speaking like, Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is basically him at this point.
Hmm.
Um, but we
Yeah, he is Obi Wan Kenobi. Let's get that straight.
exactly. And so, we see him. We see, Inquisitors. We see the Empire, since this is in the aftermath of Episode 3 and Order 66 and whatnot.
Hmm.
That's what that's where this is all taking place. And, it's talks about planting the seed of the rebellion. And,
Yeah.
I feel like, it shows him watching over a young Luke Skywalker. So this is maybe actually let me correct myself, is that it's actually a couple years after the rise of the Empire, since Luke
Hmm.
Skywalker is in that trailer, and he's actually walking around. He's on his 2 feet and he's playing on the top top of Baru and Owen. You know, all of the, he's at
Right.
the,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So other than that, there's not a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Is
There's
there anything?
not a
Is
lot to
there
go
anything?
on, but
Is there
that doesn't
anything
mean
more that
that
you want to add?
we've lost interest.
Is there anything more that you want to add?
No, no, not really. I'm just really excited. So I mean, you pretty much covered it all. Yeah. Um, Nothing else that really stood out to me. I'm hoping in the extended trailer we get a bit more information on the actual story. I mean, that's usually the trend with trailers is the first one gives us images and the second one gives you more of a plot, more plot details. So
Hmm.
I'm hoping with the second trailer we can just get a little bit more insight into what exactly our main character is going to be getting up to. So,
Right.
and hopefully we get to see Hayden Christensen in the trailer because I want to see I just want to see Vader again, man. I love Vader.
Yeah, I
I
do
love Vader,
too.
man.
That's another thing is that they do have his breathing, though, and whatnot, in the background.
The breathing.
The breathing, which is like cool to hear again, even though we all hear
Hmm.
his breathing all the damn time. So that's cool. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about the trailer? Because there literally is not much to go off of.
There's not much else to go off of, man. I'm racking my brain. Let me tell you, I'm racking it, man.
You're racking
But
it, bro. You're racking it, bro.
I'm racking the brain, man. But
Oh
I
my god.
we'll just have to wait and see what else is in store.
Yeah.
We'll keep you guys updated as
Well,
soon as the next trailer comes out, and we'll see what they have to show us.
yeah, exactly. So, we'll keep our ear to the ground with that. And with that, I'm not sure
Yeah,
there's much else to talk about in regards to Kenobi. And even Star Wars, that's like
I
the only
mean
thing on the horizon now.
that's about it because we talked about Boba Fett last week, and besides that, I mean Kenobi's coming next, and there's no like they obviously there's not going to be any Star Wars movies anytime like at least this year,
Oh my
so
god, are you
looks like
kidding?
Kenobi is going to be our next bit of Star Wars content.
Yeah.
Um, we'll
Uh
see, but we'll continue covering it.
yeah, we will continue covering it. And one other thing, and this is I guess moving into another topic. I finally
Yeah,
saw
of
the
course.
trailer for Moon Knight, which is coming very, very soon.
All right, you finally did it.
I finally saw it a couple weeks or maybe even
Took you
months
long
late.
enough.
Yeah, it
Jesus.
took me long enough. So, and I gotta say,
Yeah.
I know, as I said last week, uh, I know nothing of Moon Knight. I know he's a very Batman-like character, and that's about it. Except he has
Hmm.
multiple personality disorder or a syndrome or whatever
Yeah.
the term is.
He's got mixed
And I think
personalities. Yeah.
okay, and so I think I think it's Marvel we're talking about. Marvel has done good stuff. Oh, this is another thing. This is another thing we need to talk about. We need to talk about Hawkeye. Or maybe we'll do our own video
So
for
yeah,
that, talking
we'll
about.
cover Hawkeye.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about
Yeah,
Hawkeye another time.
we'll cover that eventually.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
talk about that eventually. Because this is Marvel we're talking about. It's always going to be at least
Hmm.
somewhat good. You're never going to find something, you're
Yeah.
never going to find something objectively terrible. Um, Hawkeye is maybe the exception to that rule, but, we'll have to
Uh,
talk about that another time.
no,
I know
Hawkeye's not terrible. It's just so average that you know what? This isn't the time for this.
we're not
This is
talking
not
about
the time for
Hawkeye.
this.
Basically, what I'm saying, and I think Henry will agree with me, is that anything with Marvel's label on it has the potential to be good, as well as having the
Yeah. Yeah.
potential to be great. So that's pretty much it. Is all I really have to say about that.
Yeah.
And Oscar
Yeah.
Isaac making his MCU debut, becoming a new a new
Ooh.
star on the
Yeah,
scene,
I
which is
wanted to
really,
talk
really
a little
cool.
bit about that.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
you can talk
Marvel
about
has
it.
done a
You know
great
more
job.
about it.
Well, I was gonna say Marvel has always done a great job with casting, and I have no doubt in my mind that that they've casted the right person. I love all of Oscar Isaac's work up until this point. Granted, he was in a pretty crappy X-Men movie, but I don't blame
Oh
that on
yeah,
him. I blame that on the writers.
Oscar
That should have been
Isaac's
his one of his first forays into superhero. Yeah.
Ensanamura or whatever his
Um,
name is, Apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing is with Marvel, I feel like I don't know. It's just I'm glad Oscar Isaac's getting to play like another comic book character and sort of like redeem himself from that. I
Let's
don't know. There's just something off about his performance. Did you ever see that movie?
Yes, I did, and it's kind of,
Okay.
thoroughly average. They
Yeah,
don't give
it's then you
Oscar
know.
they don't give
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac a whole lot to do as Apocalypse.
Again, because Oscar Isaac is such a good actor, and they like dress him up in makeup, and
Yeah.
basically reduce him down to like a generic
Mm.
campy villain, right? But
Cookie
this, I feel
cutter.
like this role is going to give him a chance to be in the superhero realm, but have like layers to his character,
Yeah,
and he's full
exactly.
well capable of pulling it off. I mean,
Oh yeah.
great actor,
Oh
and I'm
yeah.
excited to see what he does with the role. I like when Marvel introduces characters with like pretty like established like actors,
Mm.
dramatic actors specifically. I like to see what they can bring to such a more lighthearted and not lighthearted, but like a more fantasy sort of
Yeah.
world. I like
Yeah.
seeing them attract more of those actors. So
And I feel
it's
like
nice to see that
the
Oscar Isaac took it.
And I feel like the
You're
you
good.
know
Go
the
on.
way that they're going down the route of, like, multiple personality disorder or something. I'm This may
Hmm.
sound sick to say, but I feel like this will give him a chance to stretch his legs in terms of being, you know, being good at acting.
Hmm.
This will give him a
Yeah,
good opportunity to showcase his range. That feels really, really weird
yeah.
saying, because that is a genuine problem, but but
But
but I know.
playing multiple different personalities and characters is very difficult task to do, and I think he can pull it off.
Yeah, I'm really, I look forward to seeing what he can do with this. And, I have to say
Hmm.
that I am not as familiar with a lot of his dramatic works, because I haven't seen Dune.
Yeah,
Haven't seen.
I'll have to refer you to.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll have to send me some of his
Hmm.
actual, because
You haven't seen Dune?
I have not seen Dune. It's still in my stupid
Okay.
watch list, or like, watch list
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
on your HBO Max account. and
Love that.
yeah, exactly, right. And so
God.
basically, so there's that. I've seen him in, X-Men Apocalypse, and I've also seen him in
Of course.
the sequel trilogy for Star Wars. And I have to say, he, you
Hmm.
know, he kind of gets a raw deal in that franchise, in
Uh,
the sequel trilogy. But that's for
we don't
another.
have to. I don't want to even get into the sequel trilogy.
It's Yeah,
you're gonna
well,
bring out some opinions.
basically
We'll
what I'm
see.
saying is, all I'm gonna say is, they did a good job in Force Awakens with Oscar Isaac as a character, but the way he develops in the later movies, it's unsatisfying and annoying. All right, Henry's getting annoyed with me.
Very,
So
very
basically,
unsatisfying.
what I'm saying is that I think this is going to be an opportunity for him to really stretch his legs, try something new, and I wish him all the best with it. And I'm going to definitely be watching Moon Knight on Disney Plus. Is there anything else that you
When
want
it
to say,
comes
Henry?
out. And
Yeah.
well, I just want to say that this will probably be the first show that's like premiering while we're doing Woo Back Wednesday. So I think from that point on, like every time we do Woo Back Wednesday, we'll just have like a tiny little 5 minute episode review for you guys. If
Hopefully, yeah.
that's okay with Gabe, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
If we
Yeah.
if we can watch it by if we can watch it by our recording time.
Yeah, hopefully it'll, we'll be able to, as these shows come out, as we can, keep going
Hmm.
on with Woo Back
Speaking,
Wednesday,
but
we can, we
speaking
can,
of
oh,
yeah.
speaking of,
Oh no, I was gonna say speaking of Marvel shows, out of the blue
oh,
today, Marvel released. I don't know if you ended up. Did you end up seeing it?
yes,
The
I
new
did.
there was a new trailer
I
out
did
for
see the
Miss Marvel.
trailer. I did see the trailer. That came
Yeah,
out of left field. Um, I
there
have
was
to say
no like pre-trailer, no pre-promotion for the trailer, no nothing. They just went ahead and dropped it. I don't think there was any panel or any festival that they were promoting it at. I think they just dropped it.
they kind of
As
just
far as I
dropped it,
know.
didn't they? Yeah, I have to say,
Yeah.
I really really like I like how they, that this came out very very out of the blue, and yet it was
Hmm.
still, it was still successful. Like I think it was well received.
Yeah.
And let's see, where is it on trending?
It was well received. It was. It's. I mean, that's the on
Yeah,
trending. It's trending right now.
number one
Probably.
on
It's
trending.
gotta be.
Number one on trending because
Still, it released this morning or released earlier today. So people
yeah,
are
it
like, how many
released.
views does it have? Does it
It
say?
has 7.5 million views, and I'm sure that that hasn't refreshed in a little
Yeah.
while, so it's probably even more than that.
But I mean,
So,
yeah,
I would
yeah,
say this is, and for those who don't know, this is going to be a series instead of a movie, right? It's going to be a
yep.
series.
It is a series. I believe it's a 6 episode or 8 episode run. Um, and it's a Muslim Pakistani American girl from Jersey, who's a fan of Captain Marvel and a fan of all of these Marvel characters. And
Yes.
she basically, I'm not quite sure of her specific power set. I think they
Pacific,
actually changed it for the
Pacific.
show.
Did you say
Specific.
Pacific characters? Pacific
I don't.
is.
I
um.
yes, as opposed to Atlantic. Yeah,
Yeah,
Pacific.
exactly. Her
But
Atlantic.
what I was thinking is that I think they actually changed them. I was reading a couple articles saying that the powers in the trailer look a little bit different from her powers in the comics.
Right.
But I wouldn't know. I haven't read the comics, but I'm
I
excited. I mean, I'm pretty excited.
I will concede that that those articles are true. I know of Miss Marvel's
Hmm.
character, character, her powers. I think she's very
Hmm.
similar to, Mr. Elastic or whatever his name is in DC,
Mr.
or like,
Fantastic?
or
Oh,
no no
wait,
no
no,
no
Mr. Elastic. Oh, yeah,
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 or Plastic
yeah,
Man
yeah,
or whatever it
yeah.
is. Or yeah, even Mr.
Plastic Man,
Fantastic.
Plastic Man.
Even Mr. Fantastic from, the
Even better. Yeah.
Fantastic Four, which
Hmm.
I am still waiting on a
Wow.
trailer about, but that's another day. So
We're not gonna
so
get a
base
trailer. They haven't even casted anyone. You know that,
oh
right? Yeah.
okay, well then,
No one's been casted.
well,
Yeah.
forget what I just said. So basically,
Forget he said that.
so that's her powers. Basically, in this universe, in this show, it looks like she gets like these magical bracelets, sort of like Wonder Woman, in the sense that
Yeah,
she
yeah.
has
There was
like,
a little still. I may
yeah,
put on the still on the screen for you guys, but she had these bracelets. Yeah, go on.
yeah. Oh my gosh, look at those bracelets. Oh my gosh, on the screen right now. You know, don't put them
Yeah.
in
Okay. You know
and
what?
just
You
have
don't.
me
Yeah.
sounding like I'm crazy. Um basically, no, no,
Yeah.
no, you do whatever
You
you want.
always sound like you crazy.
Henry, yeah, shut up. So basically what,
Yeah.
what they're doing there is just, she's how old is she? She looks like she's what, like 14 or 15 years old?
She's a high school. No, she's 16. She's a high school student.
Oh,
Remember
she's
in the
high school.
beginning, he was like
Oh.
because like the guidance counselor was like talking to her about like high school can be so
Oh,
it
right.
like
Yeah.
I guess one more thing to note really quickly is that it's such like a different show from like
Hmm.
what Marvel's used to doing. It's literally like I believe it's going to be more like a show not geared at teens, but like a show about high school.
I feel like,
You
yeah.
know, like you know what I'm talking
It
about? Like
sounds like
yeah.
it sounded like, with that guy, with the steamy, we'll just say like the attractive guy, not steamy.
Oh
Just cut that part out or
yeah.
don't.
Nope.
Like that
This is
guy.
uncut,
All
baby.
right, yeah, this is uncut Woo Back Wednesdays. Woo. Basically, yeah, I feel like they're
Do
really
that
gonna,
over
this
again.
is gonna be an interesting, experiment with the Marvel formula, putting it into sort of a, rom-com territory, like
Hmm.
YA rom-coms, sort of in the vein of like, to all the boys, P.S. I still love you sort of thing from
Yeah,
Netflix.
I was gonna actually compare it to certain Netflix teen rom-coms kind of, but
Yeah.
obviously this is going to be better.
Full
No
disclosure,
offense
full
to all the
disclosure,
boys and Tall Girl and all that stuff.
to be very, very clear, I have not seen either of those shows or movies, Tall Girl or PS to
Oh,
all
I
the,
have, and I'll talk extensively about why they do not work.
oh, I'm sure. The only reason I know about, I Still Love You, that show, is because of the song About Love by Mariana or whatever her name is, which is an awesome, awesome song, and I listen to it way too much, and it's just,
Great
really,
song.
really cool.
It's a great song.
Oh my
But
gosh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to take offense that you called her Mariana and not Marina. Um,
Marina, oh my God.
I'm gonna take
I
offense for
am
that
so
as a Marina
sorry.
fan.
I am so sorry, Marina. I am
Um,
so sorry.
yeah,
I
yeah, you
absolutely
better be
love
Marina if you're
I
listening to this. You're probably not, but
Marina,
if you are,
I have
we
to
love you.
say, I love your song. I have yet to listen to the rest of your music, but I have to say, ever since I heard that song,
Well,
I've
then
been
that's
listening
you
to it
know what? I'll
way
put you on. I'll
nonstop.
put you on.
Bro,
I'll put you on.
put me on that shit, bro. Please. She is
I'll put
so
you on. She has
talented
some
in
great.
that
You
song.
probably heard some of her songs.
Oh, I'm
You probably
absolutely
heard some of
sure
her
I
songs.
have, and I'm just, stupid. But
Yeah,
it's just so
you are stupid, but that's
basically,
beside the point.
yeah, I'm sorry. No, no one can hear you, Henry. I just muted you in the recording. No, I didn't. Everyone can hear you. So basically, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I feel like. Yeah, uncut Woo Back Wednesdays. So basically, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is that this is going to be like a super powered rom-com, which is such a blend of two genres, and I feel like
Hmm.
if anyone can do it, it's Marvel, because they've done so
Yeah.
many genre mashups in the past, and they've done it with such success. And the fact that they're
Such
making
success.
they're making a high school, like I mean, I guess Homecoming counts as a high school movie. Does it?
Yeah, Homecoming's a high school movie. I
Yeah,
mean, come
okay.
on, that's pretty standard
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah, very standard high school. So hopefully, now that they're doing it in TV form, they'll have a lot more time to develop sort of characters and whatnot. And I think they're gonna do well with it.
Hmm.
Is there any more that you need to talk about, Miss Marvel?
Yeah. Mm. Other than I really enjoyed the trailer. I know this is a little cliche, but I enjoyed the use of blinding lights. I'm sorry, I like the song. I think it was a
Okay,
good song
I
to use.
I have to second that. I have to second that heavily. I second that motion. I was singing it as I was watching it.
I mean, especially with
So,
like all the lights flashing and stuff. I thought it
oh
was really,
yeah.
really good. It was like an epic version too. It was like it got me hyped.
Oh
Low
yeah.
key,
Oh
high
yeah. I
key,
was
high
having
key, high
high
key.
key, bro. High key. Yeah, I gotta say that was a real I had a lot of fun watching it, and I think it really,
Hmm.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I believe it premiere. Let's just give you a premiere date really quickly. June 8th is when it's going to premiere.
June 8th.
So
So
mark
yeah,
it in your
that's
calendars,
that's
folks.
not too that's just shy of 2 months. Just shy of 2
Not too
months.
far away.
Yeah,
Not too far away. And
not too
well,
far
well,
away.
yeah.
Yeah. So All right. What else is there to say of Miss Marvel, Mister Henry of Isolation,
Mr. Marvel.
Mister Henry Isolation Nation?
That's me. Um,
Yeah.
other than other than what we've said previously, um, not that I can, not that I can think of. Um, I think we've pretty much covered covered that base.
Yeah. The
Let's
main
see.
thing,
Let's see.
about these last couple topics, or the ones that we've just talked about, is that they're based around trailers. And there's
Yeah.
not much to
Again,
say
yeah,
about the trailers.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
What should we
Unfortunately.
talk about? Should we
But
talk about?
but nonetheless, this got. Well, I mean, just gonna say, nonetheless, it got me excited,
Oh
and
yeah.
we'll be covering it. So,
Oh yeah,
um,
absolutely.
let's see what else has happened this week. I wanted to talk to you. I want to get on this call and talk to you specifically about one little. It was like a small indie film I think that came out last Friday. I don't think anyone's seen it.
Oh,
Starring Robert Pattinson.
the bat
Yeah, I don't
the
think anyone's
the
really heard of it.
the bat
Was it
guy,
called the Batman?
the bat guy. I think
Bat
it was
guy,
called the bat
Batman.
guy.
I don't know.
Bat
I
Pass.
don't know. There was a
Okay.
penguin in it. I don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't watch
there
any
was
of the
there was a
trailers.
flightless bird. Yeah, I don't watch movies, so I just
There's a Riddler. I think is
Yeah,
what his
there's
name
a
is.
riddle. I don't know how a riddle can be threatening and how it can be a weapon, or
Yeah,
how
yeah.
he can, kill
Ooh,
people, but
weapon.
hell.
The
Okay,
riddle.
so let's cut the BS. Okay, here's a little disclaimer.
Yeah,
I saw Batman. Henry was not unfortunately able to do so before this week's recording.
yeah. I was not able
Um,
to see it.
so I'm gonna give a quick, you know, bam, 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 punchlines, bullet point review
Please do.
of Batman. No spoilers because, it did just come out like a week ago. Um, so I have to say, everyone, it's almost gratuitous to have, I don't know if that's the right word, but it's almost a custom for everyone on the internet when talking about this movie, The Batman, Matt Reeves's and Robert Pattinson's The Batman,
Batman.
to
The Batman.
the Batman, the Batman, to be
Thank you.
comparing it to what is considered the gold standard of superhero movies and movies, you know, quote unquote for that last part. Um, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, The Empire Strikes Back,
The Dark Knight.
the so-called Empire Strikes Back of the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy of the early to of
I'd
the
say
early
so. Yeah,
2000s and
that's
20
an accurate.
of the mid 2000s to the early 2010s. Um, with
That's
Batman
an accurate
Begins,
statement.
yeah, it's just so I have to say
Batman
this.
Begins. Why did Batman begin, man? What did Batman
That's a
begin? I'm just kidding.
really, really
Go on.
good question. I don't know why. Like, why did you need a Batman? Why do you need a man who is also a bat? Like, why? It's just
Why did Batman what did he begin? What did
it's
he
like,
begin?
what did he begin and
Okay,
why
go
did
on.
he
Go on. Sorry,
rise
I
at the
won't.
end? Okay, yeah, shut up. All your comedy and your jokes. Oh my God, we do this all the time,
Sorry.
Henry and I. It's the dumb. Like, you just make the dumbest jokes
Yeah,
about this stuff.
yeah, yeah. Don't
So
mind us. It's just another day.
so basically, yeah, uncut Wooback Wednesdays. So basically, I have to say, in comparing the two, there are obvious similarities. I'm not going to go into what those are. I guess the only one
Oh
that I'll
yeah,
go
please
I
don't.
guess
Cause yeah.
the only one that I'll go into is the tone. It's very
Okay.
dark. It tries to be it's so serious, but in the Batman's case, in the Batman's case, it's more like it tends to have those, comical moments, and it's very, it's willing to poke fun at itself. And it's tongue in cheek at
Yeah.
times because it's taking itself so seriously. But it's not the whole like one where it's like grit your teeth and don't laugh at all, because there are moments where people can laugh. It's just
Hmm.
it uses the dark tone to its advantage, and I mean and it does poke fun at
Okay.
itself for that. I guess the biggest difference between this and the Dark Knight, between the Batman and the Dark Knight, is that the Dark Knight works better as a movie, you know, as well as a comic book. It's the 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 Dark Knight is an I guess I guess one could say an objectively better movie, whereas the Batman is an
Hmm.
objectively better comic book movie. That being said, it's still a very
Oh,
good movie.
interesting.
It's far what I'm trying to get at is
Yeah.
is the Batman is far more comic booky. Like it's very like
Hmm.
I have to say, and I think, and I don't know if it's clear in the trailers, but Gotham City is very comic book esque. You feel like
It
walking
sure looks
through it.
like it. Yeah.
You feel like walking through it. You're gonna have to take a shower because of how gross it is, and like how
Oh.
it's an urban hellscape, and it's a dump like it was, like it is in the comics.
Hmm.
It's crime riddled, and it's just you see what I did there, riddled. But Crash.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
got
did
it.
you did you did you hear that, Henry? Did you like that?
I understood your dang joke. Now continue with your analysis,
All right.
please.
So basically, it's just it's far more comic booky. It's kind of goofy.
Hmm.
It's I mean I wouldn't say it's complete. I wouldn't say goofy. It's just it's self serious, but it's self.
You big goof.
It is a bit goofy. You know. So
Okay.
I have to say, you know, Pat Bat or Bat Pat or Battinson, as some are calling him, um, Battinson, you know, Bale Bat,
Yeah, Pattinson.
Batfleck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
I just wanted to
Bat.
explain it to you, Henry. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Go on.
this Batman is, I feel like, one of I feel like this is the best Batman we've seen and the most comic accurate Batman besides Lego Batman, but that's a different story. Um,
No, but specifically Batman, like
correct.
not Bruce Wayne, essentially. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Bruce, okay, yeah.
Got it.
Batman here is very comic book accurate. I like his character arc. Um, you know, Catwoman, what's her name?
Zoe Kravitz. How was
Zoe
she?
Kravitz, very, very good in her role. She's very,
Sorry.
I have to say, bless you. God bless you,
Hmm.
bro. Um, but I have to say, everyone in this is pulling their weight, especially the Riddler. And can I also just give a massive shout out to who plays the Penguin? Colin Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, baby.
Colin
Was
Farrell.
he just as good as?
Oh my goodness. Him as the Penguin is like so like he is exactly what the Penguin looks like and sounds like. Every time you see the Penguin, you hear his
Oh,
voice.
good, good.
I have to
Oh,
see I have to say
great.
he is incredible. And I have to say
I'm glad. I'm glad. I love Colin Farrell.
and I and I don't really want to compare villains. I don't want to compare the Riddler to
Go on,
the
man.
iconic Joker from the seminal Dark Knight. Um, I'm not. I'm
That's you
not
in the
going to.
dark waters, my man.
I'm not going to compare them because they are two different characters. characters. The Riddler is his own character. And I have to say, I think this is the
Riddler is the Riddler.
first time that we have seen the Riddler in live action. Is that accurate or
All right, I'm gonna drop a little knowledge.
okay, you
Okay.
drop you drop a little
Um.
bomb. You drop a
So
bombshell on me, bro. Drop a bombshell on me. When did
so
we see the Riddler? I don't remember.
in I believe it was in the 19 whatever film whatever film it was one film then Batman Forever, that's what it was called.
Oh my
And where we
God.
had a
That's
little indie actor named Jim Carrey playing the
Wait,
Riddler.
Jim Carrey
I don't
was
know
the
if you ever
Riddler?
saw that movie.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, wait.
Jim
Let me show you this. Let me show you this.
Carrey Riddler.
Yeah, it should come up.
Oh my
You'll
God.
see. Yep,
Oh
Batman
no.
Forever.
Oh my God.
We gotta watch this
Edward
sometime, man. It's so funny.
Edward. Okay, his is more comic book accurate, I'll be honest with you. Um I
But
have
then,
to
but I want to say also, there's been a few iterations. So there was Jim Carrey in Batman Forever, and then there have been two TV Riddlers. One on the Batman 1960s Batman series that was Frank
Mhm.
Gorshin, and
Yeah.
then Corey Michael Smith on Gotham, which I thought he did well on Gotham, but I don't know if you saw Gotham.
Oh my gosh, I need to watch Gotham. I need to watch Gotham. That's
I think
based
I
on
think it's I think it's worth watching.
is that based on Gotham Central, the comic?
It's like loosely based on Gotham Central. It's just basically Jim. It's basically a show about Jim Gordon and
Oh,
everyone he encounters.
okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I've heard
I would
is that
I
it's
would put that on your list. Yeah,
the one thing I've heard about Gotham is that Robin Lord Taylor is
Robin
in it.
Lord Taylor is a genius.
Okay, yeah.
He's a genius.
His creepy
Yeah, yeah.
performance as the seminal Cobblepot, Oswald Cobblepot, as
He
as his
is
rise
he
to
is a
becoming the Penguin.
he's so good.
But I have to see that.
He's so
Anyways, back to the Batman. Very very mature
good. Back to the
story.
regular schedule program.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I have to say, the
I'll
Riddler,
stop.
the Riddler is very sadistic. He's a very crazy. I like. Oh, and that's another thing. The fact that it's against the Riddler, this actually shows the world's greatest detective being the world's greatest detective. He actually does detective work. He actually
Detective work.
he
Oh my
actually
god.
does detective work
Good for him.
instead of just beating up crime, instead of just beating up crime with bat knuckles,
He,
it's he actually does what the name entails. He is the world's greatest detective. And that
he really is.
that's explored in this. It explores all aspects of his comic character. And I have to say,
Yeah.
the fighting in this movie, you see some of it in the trailers, it is incredible. And I have to say, the movie is very, very, very well shot. The shots in this are I'm going to just
Good.
say this, it's very claustrophobic, but it works to its effect.
Claustrophobic. That's an interesting adjective to use for a movie. How would you like what makes you think that?
In
I'm
the
just curious.
sense that, you see all these characters, it doesn't matter how many are on screen, you're not watching them from above. You are basically right there
Hmm.
with them. You're right up in their face. It's very interesting. It's like you're really looking right into their eyes. And it's just, you can see, you can like, these guys know how to act. And that and this movie really proves it because you're right there with them. And
Yeah. Okay.
one other thing, I guess the biggest criticism I have of it is just that I guess I Robert Pattinson, Pat Bat or Battinson, however you like to call
Hmm.
this iteration, he is a great Batman, and I think this is a widely shared opinion. Him as Bruce Wayne is sort of a mixed bag for a multitude of
Okay.
reasons. Um, One other thing that I'm going to just say is the music is incredible. Oh my goodness, I loved every
Incredible. Good.
single
Good. Nice.
incredible. Oh, Michael Giacchino, who you may know
Oh,
as
one of the greats.
he
One
is
of the
one
greats.
of the greats, if not some of the best. Now, don't get me wrong, I
Yeah.
absolutely love Hans Zimmer's score for the Dark Knight trilogy. I know I keep on drawing back, because you can't talk about one without talking about the other. I mean, that
Mm.
worked for that series, but for this movie, Michael Giacchino fits so well. It's just such it is a marriage. It
Oh
is a
wow.
happy, happy marriage. It is so beautiful. The music complements every single scene, and he is firing on all cylinders. I have to say, he
You
absolutely
love to see it. You love to see
incredible
it.
job by Mr.
Mhm.
Giacchino. And for those who aren't familiar with Giacchino, how dare you? Um, and number two,
How dare
he,
you be
how
not
dare you?
affiliated with?
Henry, I know I've been talking for a little while, so why don't you tell the audience
Hmm.
what Mr. Giacchino has done?
Well,
Or
I
rather,
mean,
or
the thing
rather,
is, I don't know if
what,
people
or
follow.
rather, or rather, what he hasn't done.
Yeah, what hasn't he done? I feel like he's dipped into his toes into almost every major franchise. Um, Personally, he's done. Let's see. I'm trying to think of movies off the top of my head. Um, he's done Mission Impossible. You
Mm-hmm.
know that amazing da 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 da. Da that
Bum,
that's
bum,
Mikey.
bum,
You know.
bum, 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 bum,
Mm-hmm,
bum. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's going to be doing Thor Thunder. Nice,
Are you
nice.
okay? Okay. All right. All right. It's
That
done.
better be the most epic. We don't have to talk about the movie, but the score better be like it's going to be epic.
Okay.
The Batman, of course,
The
Rogue
Batman.
One, Zootopia,
Rogue One.
Super 8, Speed Racer, Star Trek, Incredibles, and Oh, right, he did the Pixar films.
Bum ba
He
dun
did
da
Ratatouille, man. That's a
da 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 ba
okay.
bum bum ba
I'm
dum.
gonna say
All
this
right.
right now.
What?
The Incredibles is a good superhero movie, and it should be talked about when talking about good superhero movies. I'm sorry if other people do not feel that way, but it is a well-made superhero movie, and
I would go.
I won't.
I would go even further to say it is the perfect, perfect family
Hmm.
perfect family superhero movie and the best
I
iteration
mean, kinda,
so
yeah.
far that we have seen of the Fantastic Four.
Listen. The Fantastic Four has tried
Don't
like
even try
have
and
have
argue
had
with me.
three
Do not
movies.
even try and argue with me.
No, no, I'm not arguing with you. I'm
Oh.
just saying that the Incredibles, like the Fantastic Four, wishes it was the Incredibles, man.
Mm,
I mean, honestly,
mm.
they're trying so hard to be the Incredibles, and they just can't.
Oh my goodness gracious. So that's a little thing. That's a little, intro to Mr. Giacchino, one of the greats of our time. Oh, and by the way, one other thing, you
Hmm.
know that music that you hear at the, with the Marvel logo? That was directed, that was
Hmm.
written, that little musical stinger for like 30 seconds, that orchestral piece was directed by the legend himself. That was
Hmm.
scored
He
and
is a legend.
authored
He's a
by the
legend.
legend himself. Oh my goodness.
The legend
Anyways, moving
himself.
on from Mr. Giacchino. and the Batman. Basically, my I have to say, let me just give my review for the Batman, just to put it out on the table.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I have to
Yep.
say I would give the Batman an hmm, a 9.3 out of 10. That's my grade. Feel free to argue with me in the comments. And Henry, when you
Like
see the
that. I
movie
can
yourself,
respect that.
you can argue with me. But, you know,
So
that's
I don't
my
like art. I do like art too. That's fun.
I have to say we need to do a video of us arguing about Endgame because,
Yeah. Oh no! Don't no! Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up.
because that is a very political
Endgame
topic.
around here, man.
Oh
It's a
my
sore
gosh.
subject for me. I mean, imagine. You know what? You know what? Nope,
Mm-mm,
nope. We're
mm-mm.
not. We're not going to get into it,
Nope,
Henry.
nope, nope, nope,
You're
nope,
not,
nope,
not going
nope,
to do
nope,
this
nope,
today.
nope,
It
nope.
is not the time.
We are not going to do this today. We are not going to do this today. We'll do it in a month.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
We'll do it in a month.
So,
Don't worry.
so with that, what else is there to talk about, my good friend?
Um, if you could just give me the time we're at really quickly, because I'll see what else we can cover
We are
quickly.
at 46 minutes,
All right. And last episode was around an
50
hour,
minutes.
50,
Yeah,
55 minutes, I believe.
just
50
about.
minutes.
Yeah, about
So
53 minutes.
just to quickly, yeah, yeah. So I guess to wrap up, sort of like a smaller topic is, I know the Sony Marvel universe hasn't had the best track record since since its conception in like 2018 with Venom, but
Mm.
I am semi excited for Morbius just because I hope that it has ties to the MCU.
There
I mean,
are
isn't that why anybody
rumors.
watches?
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason we
Yeah,
watched Venom Let There Be Carnage on
Venom.
opening night.
Yeah, we were there opening night.
We were there
I
opening
don't know
night.
why, but
You paid for
that's just
popcorn, and it
oh
was an
my god.
hour and a half long movie,
Yeah.
and we were laughing throughout. It was such a stupid movie.
I felt really bad laughing too.
Oh my
Like
god.
we were laughing at parts that weren't supposed to be laughed at, right?
They were
Like
we were literally laughing at them like throwing shit at one another. It was so terrible.
yeah,
Uh
exactly.
so
Anyway, but I mean, this is yeah, Morbius. Jared Leto. Hopefully, gets to redeem himself in the comic book world after his performance of
Joker.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not get into that. But hopefully, this redeems him.
Yeah. I have to
You
say
know.
I'm also going to watch it. Um there are
Hmm.
stories, confirmed or not, that this will feature a Spider-Man. A Spider-Man.
Yeah. A
That that
Spider Man.
I think it was
And
supposed to
yeah.
be Garfield. Garfield?
Well, the thing is, the thing about the Morbius trailers is that they've been very. I mean, have you looked at like breakdowns of each of the Morbius trailers?
I have seen
Um,
the murderer painting or mural.
yeah, there's the murder painting. Um, it is in the Venom universe confirmed. That's just because the studio and they reference Venom in the trailer. They
Yeah.
also bring in Michael Keaton, which is an interesting.
Right.
I feel
The
like that right. If
the what's his
who has
name?
been confirmed to be playing the Vulture, the
The
Vulture.
vulture.
But essentially, es- essentially, and he was a good villain, by the way. I
Mhm.
villain in Spider-Man: Homecoming, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's like Michael Keaton in that universe because you have to know that Let There Be Carnage established that the Venomverse is is part of the MCU multiverse. Like that's just a fact now.
Right.
So the fact that Morbius is in the Venomverse, that means that maybe it's like either a variant
He's
Michael
gonna
Keaton or like maybe Michael Keaton got sucked in during like the events in No Way Home. I don't know, but it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see how they
Or
bring him into the narrative.
right. There's going to be I'm sure there's going to be someday a backdoor entrance into you know,
Mm,
into the MCU. That being
yeah.
said, the
We'll see.
multiverse is
It's going to be an
always
interesting next 2 years.
that being said, yeah, the multiverse is there. It's confirmed. We've seen it in its glory. We haven't seen all of it because Multiverse of Madness hasn't come out yet. But we're
Which I can't wait for.
I cannot wait for that either. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's also on our topic list, but I think maybe
Hmm.
we should
But
dedicate a whole video to that because after watching just like
we
two
should,
or
yeah.
three breakdowns of the trailer, there is so much to unpack that it can
Hmm.
take like there are so many things hidden in that trailer that we that I'm sure that maybe there are even more people that haven't even noticed things. And as we get more information
Yeah.
spoon fed to us until it's what, May release date?
May.
When is hold on.
Hold on. What day? Because I want to see if I'm gonna be. But
Uh
yeah, we're gonna see it and
it says May 6th.
May 6th.
May
So I won't
6th.
I won't be back, but I'll make sure to go see it.
Oh, we'll see it.
When you do.
There are a lot
Yeah.
of things. There are a lot of things to compare. And, there are a lot of things to talk about. And notably, one of the most notable things has to do with the appearance and confirmed appearance of Dr.
One
Charles
Patrick
Xavier.
Xavier.
Yeah, the man
I know.
himself. So that's another thing, you know. You
No,
still
yeah.
there?
I mean, that's awesome. And he confirmed it. Yeah, I am. Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You just went quiet, and I just
Listening.
didn't know what you were
I was just
doing.
like, he confirmed. No, no, it's fine. I'm still here. So he confirmed in an interview that he would be showing. Um, and you know what this makes me think? Marvel usually really good at hiding. Well, I guess Spider-Man: No Way Home there were leaks, of course, but they're usually very good at hiding certain character and plot points until the
Mhm.
movie comes out. But the
Yeah.
fact that they deliberately put Patrick Stewart in the trailer, I feel
Yeah.
like there's so much more
That
that they felt
shows
that they could put Patrick Stewart in. That shows that Patrick Stewart is just the tip of the iceberg,
this is
and that
a
makes me even
big
more excited that you
Patrick
know.
Stewart in an MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe movie is a massive thing.
Mhm,
And something I didn't
mhm.
even notice the
Massive.
first time. Like I have to say I kind of just glossed over it. And then I was like, "Wait a second."
Mhm,
Um, so that shows, and I feel like it's going to be very, just like you said about No Way Home, the appearance of Dr. Otto Octavius is Hello Peter in that trailer. That
mhm.
shows they're
That was
willing
just
to show
yeah.
us something, and yet they are
Mhm.
showing us nothing. There is so
Exactly.
much
They
left.
like literally. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
is so much
They
left.
felt so comfortable that they could yeah. They felt so comfortable that they could show us, like, even stuff that we would think is crazy, but then you get into the movie and it's like, you even forget that that was such a big reveal
Yeah.
because there's so many other big like, I cannot wait to see who shows up in this movie.
Nor can
Hopefully, we don't
I.
get too far into speculation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have
I
to
mean,
get we'll
like
have to
yeah.
do our own video on this because there is
Mhm.
so much to unpack.
Yes, we will, we will.
We will. Kind of like our
Yeah,
endgame
we
debate
will, trust us.
and our Hawkeye argument. Okay, I'll stop.
Oh, no,
All
we'll
right.
we'll definitely talk about okay.
Yeah.
But
All
yeah,
right.
I think, other than that,
I think that's a good point to wrap up. I mean, unless you have more to say.
yeah. I've got nothing else to add to the convo, man. I think we covered a lot of good bases today.
All right. Well,
Really nice. Yeah.
with that, hopefully in the coming weeks, we'll run out of Marvel stuff to talk about and we'll be able to talk about other TV shows that we've been watching. For example,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm hopefully going to be getting into Gotham very soon. Among other things, um, maybe I'll see if I can finally watch the
Among
Snyder cut. And I'm also
Wait a
in the
second.
beginning. I said
Have you
maybe.
not seen the Snyder Cut?
I don't have
Wait, have you
four
not seen it?
hours. I do not have 4 hours to
Okay,
kill,
okay.
Henry.
I no, I had no idea. I mean, I had no idea. I had no
No.
idea.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't tell him. So yeah, spoiler alert, I haven't seen the Snyder cut.
Okay,
I
that's
know
good.
pretty
You should
much
find
all of
time.
the plot. I know pretty much all of the plot points of it and the differences between the original Justice League and this,
Hmm.
but I've yet to see it for myself. So
In
that's so
full,
that's
yeah. Okay.
so that's something that I need to find. I need to somehow find 4 hours and do that. And I'm
It's hard out here
also
to find time, but
yeah, exactly. It's very, very difficult to find that time. That being said, I'll do my best to do that. And I'm also knee deep in Euphoria, which has been doing rounds. I am on the fourth episode of the first season. Um, I've had it spoiled for me, I think, but they mean nothing. The names mean nothing to me at this point, so it doesn't matter. The point is I think we're out of
yeah.
Marvel, Star Wars stuff to talk about for now. So hopefully we'll get into more, general things. Because there's not, I mean, that being
Hmm.
said, there's not a whole lot, really going on in terms of like TV shows and movies to watch besides, the
Yeah.
Batman. So, with
Well,
that,
there is, but I just, yeah. I mean, yeah. With
you'll be
that,
able to you'll be able to recommend me stuff and we'll be able to talk about it next week.
I will.
So
Yeah, of
thank
course.
you for joining us on the second episode of Woo Back Wednesdays. Henry, you take it
Yeah.
away,
Thank
my
you
man.
guys.
Anything else you want to say?
All right. We don't really enjoy the sound of our voices, but we hope you guys enjoy listening to us blabber.
Blabber.
Um, yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
Again, our outro is just like the same message, but we just word it differently every time.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
shtick. I'm
Yeah,
explaining the joke to you guys.
that's
Okay.
the shtick.
Anyway.
All right. I've been Gabriel.
All right.
That's been
You
Henry.
guys have been a great crowd. Yep.
All right.
What? I hadn't been anyone. I just am.
I mean, yeah, it's
All
been
right.
two
We'll see you
people,
guys
but
next
whatever.
time.
I'll send this out to a couple people. All
Next.
right. Bye.
Yeah.